Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Birchland Park Middle School for Game 3 of the 2014 varsity softball season. Today's matchup is between the East Longmeadow Spartans and the Holyoke Purple Knights. East Longmeadow coming off a tough 11-0 loss to Hampshire Regional in their last game. They'll give the ball to Julia Decker today to help turn that around. The Holyoke Purple Knights are 0-2 overall and 0-0 in the Suburban League. East Longmeadow is yet to play a game in their Valley Wheel Conference. So we'll be back with the starting lineups in the first pitch after this quick break. Alright, and we're back, just about ready to get underway here at Birchland Park Middle School. They've gone over the ground rules and the Spartans have taken the field. Let's go over the Holyoke Purple Knights starting lineup. Batting first and playing shortstop is Yodaris Mango. Batting second and playing left field is Maura McAndrew. Batting third and catching is Marissa Bernard. Batting cleanup and playing first base is Callie Kavanaugh. Batting fifth and playing second is Sam Patry. Batting sixth, the designated player, Mathilisa Rodriguez. Batting seventh and playing right field is Ashlyn Tobin. Batting eighth and playing third base is Emily Trichica. Batting ninth and playing center field is Abby Keeler. In the circle today for the Purple Knights is Katie Bigelow. On defense for the Spartans, pitching today is Decker. She'll be throwing to Pioji. In the infield, we have Bonavita at first base, Morosino at second, Danny White at short, and Cara Balboni playing third. In the outfield from left to right is Lexi Cohan, Mackenzie Lambert, and Jill Tarowski. Keep going. Yodaris Mango is coming up to bat. She'll take her first offering low for ball one. Mangual is leading the Purple Knights with a .440 average. In 9 plate appearances, she is 4 for 9. And she takes strike one. So the count's 1-1. That misses low for ball two. That swung on and grounded up the middle. Whitefield is at short and on to first with the out. Bonavita with a nice stretch at first base. And that'll bring up Maura McAndrew. The Purple Knights are coached by Peter McAndrew. He's in his 10th season as their head coach. That's taken high for ball one. Decker pitched the first game of the season for the Spartans when they played Chicopee Comp. She pitched all 7 innings and got her first win of the season. That's hits the outside corner for strike one. The Spartans won that one 11-5. That misses outside for ball one. Ball two, sorry. So it counts 2-1 to McAndrew. 1 out in the top of the first. That swung on and missed. I'll bring the count to 2-2. Misses low and inside. Bring the count to 3-2. That swung on and fouled back out of play. So the count will remain at 3-2. In her first game, Julia Decker recorded 4 strikeouts according to Mass Live. And she loses her with ball 4 outside, so that'll bring Marissa Bernard up to the plate with a runner on first and 1 out in the top half of the first. That hits the outside corner for strike 1. Spartans looking to regroup after a tough outing versus Hampshire Regional, where they dropped that game 11-0. That hits the outside corner for strike 2. So 0-2 count now to Marissa Bernard, the catcher for the Purple Knights today. That swung on and driven down the third base line, but foul. So the count will remain at 0-2. That swung on and grounded up the middle. Decker fields it cleanly and throws on to first for the out. So 2 outs now in the first. Moore McAndrew moves on to second with that ground out. Much cleaner first half of the inning for the Spartans defensively after that last game, where they gave up 3 runs in the first inning and were never able to come back from there, as that first pitch misses high and outside for ball 1 to Callie Kavanaugh. That hits the outside corner for a strike. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 1-2 count. Runner on second base, 2 outs in the top half of the first. Jules Decker winds up, and that's fouled straight back. Just got a piece of that one hanging in there. Very defensive swing from Callie Kavanaugh. That hits the outside corner. First strike 3 looking. The Spartans leave 1 on the base, and they'll be back up to bat for the bottom half of this first.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
We're back for the home half of the first. Spartans defensively have a scoreless inning in the top half. We'll go through their starting lineup. Batting first and pitching today is Julia Decker. Batting second, playing short, is Danny White. Batting third and playing center field is Mackenzie Lambert. Batting fourth and doing the catching today is Alyssa Piogi. Batting fifth and playing right field is Jill Turowski. She gets her first start of the season. Jill Morosino will bat sixth and play second base. Lexi Cohan batting seventh and playing left field. Cara Balboni will get to start at third base, batting eighth. And Katie Bonavita gets her first start of the season playing first. Defensively for the Purple Knights, Bigelow is pitching to Bernard. At first is Callie Kavanaugh. Second is Poultry. Shortstop is Mangold. Third base is Truchika. As Decker looks at ball 1. In the outfield from left to right is McAndrew, Keeler, and Tobin. So 1 out count to Julia Decker. That's taken down the middle for strike 1. Clear day here at Birchland. Gusty though, wind blowing in from center field. Should keep a couple balls in the ballpark today. That swung on and missed for strike 2. So Decker goes down 1-2. Caitlin Bigelow has done all the pitching for the Purple Knights this year in their first 2 games. That's driven down the line, but out of play, foul. Decker will stay alive at 1-2. That's swung on and fouled down the third base line again. According to Mass Live, Caitlin Bigelow has thrown 14 innings, giving up 22 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, and she has 1 loss. But I find that hard to believe since they've had 2 losses to Chicopee and Belchertown combined, giving up 18 runs. That's grounded to third. She fields up, cleans, throws on to Kavanaugh for the first out of the first. That'll bring up Danny White. Danny White leads the Spartans with a 670 average in the first 2 games this season. That one misses high for ball 1. That hits the outside corner for a strike. Center fielder playing her dead even, shading my view. That swung on and driven down the third base line, but foul. So that'll bring the count to 1-2. Sorry, 2-2. So the first 2 Spartan batters driving down the third base line. Seems like they're a little bit ahead of her as she takes that one for ball 3. That swung on and driven deep to the gap, and that's going to one-hop the fence, fielded by the center fielder. She'll hit the cut, but not before Danny White can go in standing with a stand-up double. Lambert will come up to the plate now. And that hit her. So she'll get a free pass to first base. So runners on first and second with 1 out here in the bottom half of the first. As the POG comes up to the plate. That's driven to center field. That'll get over the center fielder's head and one-hop the fence. That'll score Danny White as she heads home. And that'll throw to third. It'll get away, but Lambert will stay at third. So the Spartans score 1 on the double by AP. Runners on second and third with still only 1 out here in the top half of the first, bottom half of the first. That hits the outside corner for a strike to Jill Turowski. Turowski getting her first start of the 2014 season. That misses high and outside for ball 1. 1-1 now to Turowski. Playing right field today for the Spartans. That's driven down the third base line, but foul. So Spartan hitters seem to be ahead of Bigelow today, unlike in the last game where pitching was a bit different. Spartan batters struggled at the plate. That's driven on a line to center field, and Keller will make the catch as both runners tag. Lambert scores, and AP will move on to third. So sac fly for Turowski as she gets an RBI, and the Spartans will go up 2-0 here in the first inning. That's swung on by Morosino, foul, but that'll get out of play. That's swung on, popped up to the pitcher Bigelow, who will make the catch for the final out of the first. So we'll be right back with the top half of the second.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
About ready to get underway here in the top half of the second. Purple Knights will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. Sam Putri will lead off for them. She's playing second today for the Purple Knights. That hits the outside corner at the knees for strike one. That's also on the outside corner for strike two, so she goes down 0-2. Decker throwing a lot of strikes today. That's grounded up to first baseman Katie Bonavita. She fields cleanly and tosses over to Morosino, covering first for the out. So that'll go down as your standard 4-3 put out at first base. Mathalesia Rodriguez takes strike one. She's a designated player for the Purple Knights today, which after doing some research, I discovered it's pretty much the same thing as a DH in baseball. She fouls that one back to the backstop for a strike two. That misses outside for a ball. Good 0-2 offering from Decker, trying to get her to chase. But she does not. So the count's 1-2 now, one out, in top half of the second. That swung on and grounded down the third baseline foul. Played barehandedly by Coach Santinello. Stay alive at 1-2. That's taken, looking for Decker's second strikeout of the game. And the second out of the second inning. It's Decker's second strikeout, second looking strikeout, as she continues to throw lots of strikes, forcing the Holyoke batters to swing, which they're not doing. That's taken for a strike at the knees by Ashley Tobin, the right fielder for the Purple Knights. That hits the corner again for strike two. That swung on and grounded foul down the first base line. So the count will remain at 0-2. 2 outs here in the top half of the second inning. Spartans lead the Purple Knights 2-0. That misses high and outside for ball one. Only his second ball Decker's thrown in this half inning. And that swung on and missed for Decker's second strikeout of this inning. So a quick 1-2-3 inning as the Spartans look to get a bigger lead heading into the bottom half of the second.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
All right, we're ready to get underway here in the bottom half of the second. Spartans looking to keep putting some crooked numbers on the board after they put 2 up in the first inning. Lexi Cohan takes strike one. The Spartans will have their 7, 8, 9 hitters. It'll be Lexi Cohan followed by Balboni and then Bonavita. That swung on, driven down the left field line. It gets over McAndrew's head. And Cohan will go into second with a stand-up double. This is Spartans' third double already in this game. As Balboni comes up to the plate. That misses inside for a ball. That's more inside for ball two. Outfielders pretty much playing the Spartans straight up, which is curious. By the way, the Spartans have been hitting everything down the third baseline. That swung on and missed for a strike. Swung on and grounded softly foul down the third baseline. That'll bring the count to 2-2 on Balboni, the third baseman for the Spartans today. That swung on and popped up. Second baseman Poutre will call off the pitcher and make the catch for the first out. So one out here in the bottom half of the second. Katie Bonavita come up to the plate. She's playing first today for the Spartans. She takes her first pitch low for ball one. This is Bonavita's first start of the season, so Santinello having 3 different lineups for the first 3 games. So that's taken for strike one. Let's see if this is consistent throughout the season or if eventually he'll get it to a solidified lineup. That's taken for strike two. So she falls to 1 and 2. That's swung on and popped back out of play. So she'll stay alive at 1 and 2. That misses inside. Good take to bring the count to 2 and 2. Spartan with a runner on second in Lexi Cohan. 1 out as that's grounded to the shortstop who fields it cleanly and throws on for to first for the out. So Bonavita grounds into the 6-3 put out. That'll move Lexi Cohan over to third and bring up the top of the order in Julia Decker, who grounded out to the third baseman in the first inning. That hits the inside corner for strike one. Misses low for ball one. So count 1 and 1. 2 outs. Bottom half of the second inning. Spartans lead the Purple Knights 2-0. After putting up 2 runs in the first. That swung on, grounded softly to the shortstop who fields it. Throws on to first, not in time. But throws offline and go out of play. So Decker will move on to second on the error by the shortstop. And Cohan will score the Spartans' 3rd run of the day. And Danny White will come up to the plate. She hit a double in her first at-bat. That misses high for ball one. That swung on and popped up. Catcher's under it. And Bernardo make the catch for the final out of the second. So the Spartans score one but leave one. We'll be back with the top half of the third.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
Third inning action about ready to get underway here at Birchland Park Middle School. Clear sunny day, but with winds gusting in from center field. Emily Churchika comes up to the plate for the Holyoke Purple Knights. As that hits the outside corner for strike one. Decker's second offering misses outside for a ball, so it counts 1-1. Spartans lead 3-0 in the third inning as that hits for strike two. That'll even up the count at 2-2. And that's popped up to the third base side. Balboni's under it, and she'll make the catch for the first out. That'll bring up the 9-hitter and Abby Keeler, who is playing center field today. Keeler looking to get the Purple Knights' first hit of the day as she takes strike one. That misses outside for a ball. 1-1. So Decker continues to throw a lot of strikes as that one hits off her shin. Fielded by Balboni. Strong throw over to first for the out. So that'll go down as a 1-5-3 put out for the second out of third. As the top of the order comes up for the Purple Knights. Yoderis Mangoel, the shortstop, grounded out to her counter position in Danny White in the first inning as she fouls that one foul down the first base line. That misses low for a ball. So as I was saying earlier, Julia Decker throwing a lot of strikes, and when she throws the ball, she's not missing by much, as that one swung on and grounded to the shortstop, Danny White. She'll field cleaning and throw on to first, but that'll get by Katie Bonavita. And Manguel will move on to second with the error. Maura McAndrew, the left fielder, will come up to the plate now. She walked her first at bat. And that one's taken inside for a ball. Count will be 2-0 now to McAndrew. So that one's popped up, and Mongol will go into third safely after the miscue at home plate by AP. takes strike one. So 1-2 now to McAndrew. Or 2-1, sorry. That hits the outside corner for a strike. So 2-2 now. 2 outs here in the top half of the third. Spartans lead the Purple Knights 3-0. That swung on and grounded down the first baseline, but foul. So the count will remain at 2-2. Purple Knights have a runner in scoring position at third base in Yoderis Mangul. And she takes that, looking low for Decker's fourth strikeout of the day. We'll be back with the home half of the
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
Spartans ready to get underway here in the home half of the third. They'll have their 3, 4, 5 batters coming up in Mackenzie Lambert, Alyssa Pioji, and Jill Tarowski. Lambert, center fielder today for the Spartans, walked in her first at bat and would later score on the double by Alyssa Pioji. She'll take that first offering low for ball one. That swung on and driven high down the left field line. And McAndrew will make the catch at the wall for the first out of the third. That was a shot, but McAndrew doing a good job of tracking it down and making the catch. No warning track here at Birchland, so tough for the outfielders with those plays that are close to the fence to know where they are. As AP ducks for ball one. And misses low and outside for ball two. AP hit a double back in the first inning. As she takes that one for ball three. That drove in Danny White, not Mackenzie Lambert. Lambert scored on the sac fly by Jill Tarowski. But she takes that one for strike one. 3-1 count. Should get a good pitch there to hit. That swung on and driven down the left field. That'll get over McAndrew's head and roll to the fence as Pioji goes into second with her second double of the day. So Spartans really peppering that left side of the field today. As Santo bring on Mary Edwards to run for AP, which is a common thing in softball, to have someone pitch run for the pitcher or the catcher in this situation, so they can get a quick break. As Tarowski takes that for strike one. That misses inside for a ball. 1-1 now to Tarowski. With 1 out here in the third. Spartans lead 3-0 over the Purple Knights. That misses for a ball. 2-1. That's popped up down the first base line. The first baseman, Tobin, will make the catch behind the bag for the second out of the third. And Pioji will remain at second base. So now that'll bring up Jill Morosino, who flew out to the pitcher in her first at-bat. She looks at that one for a strike. That misses high for a ball. 1-1. That swung on and alive on a line will get by the shortstop. They'll send AP, who's gonna be tagged out at home on a great play by center fielder Keller. So the Spartans will go down with no runs here in the third. We'll be back with the top half of the fourth. So after some discussion, the umpires have overturned the ruling on the field of out at home, and the Purple Knights have retaken the field. Jill Morosino will be on first base. And I'm not sure what they saw in that play that made them overturn it. It's not too often where umpires will overturn a play unless they had 100% confidence that they were wrong. So Coach Peter McAndrew will come out to talk to his infield, as Coach Santinello will talk to Lexi Cohan. So in a change of events, Spartans will score a run and have a runner on first with 2 outs here in the third. And that swung on and missed as Jill Morosino steals second. Safely, she's in there. So the 0-1 count to Cohan. That swung on and fouled back. To bring the count to 0-2. Lexi hit a double in her first at-bat back in the second inning. She takes that one for a ball. She would later score that inning for the Spartans' third run. 1-2 count to the left fielder as she takes that one low and inside for ball 2. The 2-2 offering is swung on and driven down the third baseline. Fair. Sand will send Morosino around, and she'll go in standing up as Lexi Cohan collects her second double a day, and the Spartans will go up 5. So 5-0 here. Spartans put up 2 so far in the third inning with 2 outs. After that reverse call by the umpires, as she grounds one to the third baseman, throws on to first, and Balboni will be the third out of the inning. So Spartans get 2 in the home half of the third. We'll be back with the top of the fourth.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
We're back for the start of the top of the fourth. The Purple Knights will have the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up, as Bernard takes that first pitch low for ball 1. Purple Knights still looking for the first hit of the day. Still yet to collect a hit off Decker as Bernard grounds that one to third base. Balboni fields it cleanly and throws on to Bonavita at first for the out. So that'll bring up Callie Kavanaugh, who struck out looking back in the first inning. That first offering misses for a ball. That'll miss outside for ball 2. So 2-0 to Kavanaugh. Misses outside again for ball 3. 3-0 count. As that swung on and grounded back to Decker. She fields cleanly, tosses on the first for the out. That'll bring up Sam Potri, who grounded out to the second baseman Jill Morosino in her first at bat back in the second. That's popped up in foul. Bonavita's under it, and she'll make the catch for the third out of the inning. So the Purple Knights still hitless as we're through 3.5. We'll be back for the home half of the fourth after this quick break.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
All right, so we're back for the bottom half of the fourth. Spartans will have their 9-hitter and Katie Bonavita lead them off. She grounded out to the shortstop in her first at bat. That swung on in line softly to the shortstop, who will make the catch for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom half of the fourth. And that'll bring up the Spartans' top part of the lineup in Julia Decker, who's 1 for 2 today. Had a base hit in the second inning, grounded out to the third baseman in the first as she takes ball 1. And that misses low and inside for a ball. 2-0. Spartans so far have collected 5 runs on 7 hits through 3 in this game as Decker looks at strike 1. That's grounded down the third baseline, booted by the third baseman, and Decker will reach first on the error. That'll bring Danny White up, who's 1 for 2 today. Popped out to the catcher, and that's driven to center field. Keller is under it, and she'll make the grab for the second out. And Decker will remain at first. Kenzie Lambert, center fielder for the Spartans, will come up with 2 outs. Runner on first here in the bottom of the fourth. That one misses for a ball. Kenzie 0 for 1 today. She's had 2 plate appearances, but walked in her first at bat. And then flew out as Decker tries this for second and will still successfully. Like I was saying, Lambert flew out to the left fielder in her second at bat, back in the third. that swung on and driven on the line. Just fouled down the left field line. Out of play. Would not have parked my car there, but unfortunately someone did, and they paid for it. That swung on and driven down the left field line again. That one had a little more air under it. That'll hit the top of the fence and stay in play, but foul. So that'll make the count 2-2 to Mackenzie Lambert. His brother is currently playing baseball at the high school for the Spartans. She looks at ball 3. Full count now to Lambert. And she'll look at ball 4 inside. So that'll put runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the 4th. Spartans yet to score this inning, but they're up 5-0 on the Holyoke Purple Knights. Alyssa Pioji will come up to plate. She's 2 for 2 today with 2 doubles. She has the catching responsibilities today for the Spartans. That one misses outside for a ball. That second offering also misses outside for ball 2. So 2-0 count to the catcher, Alyssa Pioji. As that's hit a line over the shortstop's head, that's going to roll to the fence. They'll score at least 1 as AP will go into second. And Lambert will go into home scoring. So AP collects her third double of the day. And will score both Decker and Lambert. So the Spartans scoring 2 runs with 2 outs, as Edwards will come out again to run for AP, as she did last inning. When do you start walking her? I mean, my God, 3 doubles and 3 at-bats. I'd be surprised if they don't intentionally give her first in her next at-bat. As Trusky takes ball 1. That'll miss inside for a ball. 2-0 count to Jill Sarosky, who's hit a sacrifice fly back in the first and a fly out to the first baseman in her last at-bat back in the 3rd. That's high for ball 3. So 3-0 count. Runner on second in Mary Edwards. That misses inside for a ball. So she'll get a free pass at first base. All this happening with 2 outs in the inning as Jill Moristino comes up to the plate. She's flown out to the pitcher and hit a base hit, as that's one lifted down the left field line and easily played by the left fielder McAndrew. So the Spartans score 2. They'll go up 7-0 on the Purple Knights, and we'll be back for the top half of the 5th after this quick break.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow, and also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
5th inning action ready to get underway here at Birchland Park Middle School as the East Longmeadow High School Spartans take on the Holyoke High Purple Knights in this 2014 varsity softball matchup. Julia Decker's cruising through this one through 4. The only base runner she's allowed is a walk back in the 1st inning. Purple Knights will have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up in Metheliza Rodriguez, as she takes strike 1. She's one of Decker's strikeout victims. She struck out looking back in the second inning. And that'll miss low for ball one. And that swung on, foul out of play down the first baseline for strike two. So 1-2 count to Rodriguez, the designated player for the Purple Knights today. That swung on and grounded softly back to Decker. Bobbles it off her chest, but fields it cleanly and throws on to Tarowski for the out. That'll bring up Ashlyn Tobin as she looks at strike one. Tobin with right field duties today for the Purple Knights. She looks at ball one. Another strikeout victim. One of a few today for Julia Decker. She struck out swinging in her first at bat back in the second. She'll look at that one outside for ball two. 2-1 count now to Tobin. And that swung on and grounded softly to Tarowski. She'll field it and tag the base herself for the second out of the fifth. That'll bring up Emily Churchika, playing third today for the Purple Knights. She fouls one back to the backstop for a strike. In her first at bat back in the third, she flew out to the third baseman Balboni. She looks at a ball for 1-1 count. That hits the outside corner for a strike. 1-2. That misses high and outside for a ball. 2-2 count to Kerchika. That misses low. That'll bring the count to full. 3-2. That swung on and driven high down the left field line. That'll get out of play, but foul. That ball was a shot. That landed in the street. Luckily for the Spartans, just foul. So she'll stay alive. The full count as Decker bounces that one in, and she'll go to first with a walk. So Purple Knights get their second base run of their day off their second walk, and that'll bring up Abby Keeler, center fielder for the Purple Knights. That one's bounced in and it'll get past AP, and Kerchika will go on to second with the wild pitch. That misses low and inside for ball two. I'm sorry, this is the Purple Knights' third baseman of the day. Back in the third, Yodaris Mangual reached first on an error. She looks at that one for a strike. 2-1 count to Abby Keeler, as she looks to collect the first hit for the Purple Knights from the day. That'll hit the outside corner for strike two. So Decker coming back with a couple strikes to get the count to 2-2. And that's swung on in line in the center field, left field. And the Purple Knights will get their first hit of the day, spoiling the no-hit effort of Julia Decker. Doris Mangual looks at strike one. She's grounded out and reached on an error back in the third inning. She'll look at strike two. One away here in the fifth. Runners on first and third for the Purple Knights. Spartans lead 7-0. As that one grounded to Morosino, who dives and will underhand it to Danny White at second for the out. And that'll end things here in the fifth. We'll be back for the bottom half.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
All right, we're back for the home half of the fifth. Spartans will have their 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up in Lexi Cohan, Kara Balboni, as Cohan swings on and hits a gapper between left fielder and center fielder. And she'll be into second with a stand-up double. That's her third double of the day. So both Alyssa Pioggi and Lexi Cohan collecting 3 doubles on the day. Spartans all around having a much better day at the plate than they did last game versus Hampshire. That swung on and grounded. That'll get through the infield. Sand will stop Cohan at third as Kara will reach on the base hit. That'll bring up Katie Bonavita, who is 0 for 2 today, grounding out to the shortstop and lining out to the shortstop in her first 2 at-bats. That's taken high for a ball. Bigelow misses outside with that offering for ball 2. That's lined, picked at short by Mangual, but the first baseman wasn't covering, so Bonavita will reach, Cohan will score, and Balboni will advance to second base. That'll bring up the top of the order for the Spartans. Julia Decker takes her first offering outside for a ball. That's grounded up the middle, fielded by Bigelow, and she throws on to Kavanaugh for the first out. Balboni will move to third, and Bonavita will move to second on what you could consider a sacrifice ground ball for Decker. So with 1 out, Danny White will come up with 2 runners in scoring position. That's grounded, bobbled by the third baseman. She recovers, throws on to first for the out, and Balboni will be thrown out at the plate. So the Purple Knights keep it to a 7-run game, getting the inning-ending double play, throwing out Balboni at home. We'll be back for the start of the 6th.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
Sixth inning action ready to get underway here at Birchland Park Middle School. Spartans lead the Holyoke Purple Knights 7-0. As the Purple Knights will have their 2-3-4 hitters in Maura McAndrew, Marissa Bernard, and Callie Kavanaugh coming to the plate this inning. Last inning, the Purple Knights were able to collect their first hit of the day after Julia Decker was cruising through their lineup, only allowing 3 base runners before that and 2 walks and an error, as her first offering is taken low for a ball. That's taken for a strike. Gandrew reached in the first inning on a walk and then struck out looking back in the third. That swung on and lined. Not caught on the fly by Morosino, but she recovers and throws on to Tarowski at first for the out. So that'll bring up Marissa Bernard, who's 0 for 2 today, grounding out to the pitcher, Julia Decker, and then third baseman Cara Balboni. That swung on and grounded, gets by Balboni at third, fielded clean by Cohan in the outfield. But Bernard will collect the Holyoke Purple Knights' second hit of the day, with 1 out here in the top half of the 6th. Callie Kavanaugh up to the plate now. She struck out looking back in the first. Now she looks at ball 1 and grounded back to the pitcher in the 4th. Decker looking to roll one up here so the Spartans can turn 2, as that offering misses outside. That's high and outside for ball 2. Sorry, 3-0. So it counts 3-0 to Kavanaugh. She hits one on the ground to second base. Morosino tags out the runner and then throws on to first for the 4-3 double play. So Spartans avoid some base runners and they get a clean inning. We'll be back for their half of the 6th after this quick break.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
All right, we're back for the home half of the 6th. As Mackenzie Lambert fouls her first offering down the third base line. Some defensive changes for the Purple Knights. Jess LaMagdalene will take over for Tobin in right field, and Taylor Masters will take over for McAndrew in left. Lambert swings at that one and lines it off the third baseman's glove. That'll roll nicely to the shortstop, who fields it cleanly and throws on to first for the out. That was a strange play if I've ever seen one. That ball lined right off the third baseman. Had enough oomph in it still left to roll to the shortstop, who fielded it and threw on to first for the out. I'm surprised they still had time to make the out. So Lambert is the first out here in the 6th, and Alyssa Pioji will come up to bat as she looks at strike 1. Piotr collecting 3 doubles already in today's game. Surprised they're not walking her as she lines one down. Foul down the first baseline. Just foul. I could barely see it here from here, but that looked like it just got outside the line. So a little bit surprised here they're not giving her first base after she's hit 3 doubles already today. She'll let that one miss outside for a ball. 2-1. That's grounded up the middle, fielded cleanly by the pitcher Bigelow, who throws on to Kavanaugh at first for the out. So 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th. As Joe Tarowski will come up to the plate with no one on base. That misses high and outside for a ball. That swung on and grounded softly to the shortstop, who fields it cleanly, but not in time to record the out at first. So Joe Tarowski will reach on a base hit. And that'll bring up Morosino, who is 1 for 3 today with a base hit and 2 flyouts. That pitch misses inside for a ball. That's lined by the shortstop, and we'll get into the outfield for the base hit by Joe Morosino. So Morosino will be on first, and Tarowski advances to second on the base hit, and Lexi Cohan will come up to bat. She's got 3 doubles herself today as well, as she looks at ball 1. Surprised they're letting her hit too. I mean, 3 doubles, runners on first and second. Taking a risk letting her hit. She looks at ball 2. Coach Santinello gives the signs to the base runners. And that swung on, popped up, and the catcher will drop to a knee and make the catch for the 3rd out of the 6th. So we'll be back with the top half of the 7th.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
All right, we're back for the top half of the 7th. Defense looks the same for the Spartans. Doesn't look like Coach Stantz making any changes in this last inning. As Decker gets a strike with her first offering to Sam Potri. Second baseman for the Purple Knights. She's 0 for 2 today. As that one's lined to first baseman Joe Tarowski, who will make the catch for the 1st out of the 7th. Mathaliza Rodriguez up to bat now. She struck out looking and grounded out to Decker as she looks at ball 1. And misses outside for ball 2-0 to Rodriguez. Spartans lead Holyoke 7-0 here in the 7th. That hits at the knees for a strike. 2-1 count now to Rodriguez, with 1 out here in the top half of the 7th. Spartans needed this game after that loss to Hampshire Regional, as that's grounded foul down the first base line. 2-2 count. This is just what the doctor ordered for the Spartans after that 11-0 loss. The bats were alive today, and the pitching was much better today. As that's grounded and easily played by Joe Tarowski for the second out. So the Purple Knights down to their last out in Ashley Tobin, who has struck out and grounded to first base. She swings and misses for a strike one. This may actually be Jess LaMagdalene, who replaced Tobin in the field last half inning. I can't tell, I can't see the number from here, but she's down 0-2. As that offering misses outside for a ball. So the Purple Knights down to the last strike as Decker delivers, and that swung on and missed for a strike. So the Spartans get the win today, 7-0, as Julia Decker goes to full 7, keeping the Purple Knight offense at bay, shutting them out. For Hellcat Sports, I'm Nick Balboa, joined alongside Nick Hansman on the camera. Hope you join us next time.